Alright, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Partially because I've been a little scared to drive around and do this. But, whatever. I'll do it for... It's honestly like the only time I can do this, so... I'll just drive carefully. So, let's see. Excuse the cough. Last week was a completely dead week for me. I had 2 weekends ago, I was volunteering at this college retreat thing. And basically, I caught the flu. So Sunday, I got back, like Sunday afternoon, I was just feeling dead, And then by the time Monday came around, I'm like, I shouldn't go to work, I don't feel good. And Monday afternoon, I was just like, oh, I'm dying, and I just like slept all day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I just slept a lot. I was like too sick to even like watch Netflix. I didn't like want to look at my phone. So basically, my Thursday, Friday, I kind of like just bummed around, but I relaxed. I played a little bit of LOLA on Friday. I was in that kind of state. Really did not want to work just because I was not feeling it, in the sense that I knew I needed to like use this time to recover. Playing video games is not the best recovery, but it's probably a little more or less taxing than working. Maybe not. Either way, that's what I chose to do. I need a little break anyway. So this week I've been hitting the ground running. I had a meeting with Weldon that was actually really encouraging. I feel like I need like constant encouragement just because I'm doing stuff with no feedback because nothing has been released with now it's called the Weldon Green Podcast instead of mindgames.gg podcast or the Ask Weldon Podcast. I wanted to name it that way, and Weldon agreed so that we could have a little more flexibility in the future on what we want to do, because the Ask Weldon Podcast idea, after a certain point we're going to start reusing content. We're going to have skim pickings, and I think there's only a few topics we want to cover. I don't see it going more than 20 shows, and after 20 it'll transform into something a little different. And I gotta figure out how to be creative on that rather than just replicating exactly what the YouTube content is. Maybe we'll release it every 4 of his episodes. I'll compile some like the highlights of the Ask Weldon Green show or the Ask Weldon Podcast, Ask Weldon show, I guess. I think that's the plan. But with that, episodes are like 15-20 minutes long. They're pretty short, and we want to add another segment. We're thinking maybe 3 segments, but I'm thinking just because the busyness of my schedule, and let's just get it done and let's keep it manageable right now. We're just gonna have 2 segments, and the first segment is obviously the Ask Weldon show, and then after that it's going to be following Weldon in like maybe a weekly or bi-weekly, like, hey, what happened, what is it like to coach G2? So it's a little bit like of him journaling or blogging or vlogging or something like that, his experience and things that he's dealing with. So that I like that idea. It's exciting. I think it'll be pretty easy to do. Who knows, he might start wearing a mic everywhere and recording all of this stuff. I know he wants to have someone, a videographer, following him around, recording everything he does. I don't know if that's happening now or not, but that could be really, really exciting. And that could be eventually a future podcast that we might do, just a whole podcast journaling his journey. That might be really, really fun. Kind of like a startup podcast or something like that. So that's the state of that. We're basically done with episode 1 and 2. I just need to get Weldon, let him know like, hey, I need 15 minutes of this, of you talking about week 5 of the LCS or something like that, and then week 7, then week 9, so we can start compiling that. After I got 4 episodes done, which I'm working on the 3rd one now, I started compiling audio and questions and answers for the 3rd episode, which will be about focus, how to stay focused in game, and distractions, those kind of things. I think that's what it'll be on. I still have to like listen to all the clips, but I gathered all the questions and answers which I think are relevant. There's about 8 of them or so. So I gotta probably clip that down to maybe 5 and make a good narration between all those. So that's episode 3. I'm hoping to have that done in 2 weeks, and then episode 4 will be done in 2 weeks, and then hopefully we will have a release date of like April. That'd be really, really exciting. April might be a tough month for me, at least the first week, because that's my 1-year anniversary as well, so that should be exciting. Anyways, so that's where the Weldon Green Podcast is sitting right now. Apart from that, LOLA Podcast, spending more time than I wanted to on that. I'd rather be spending a little more time on the Weldon Green Show, or Weldon Green Podcast. Man, I gotta get used to that new title. But the LOLA Podcast, I keep hitting this passion because I really like teaching and helping people get better at the game. And I think there's so much information, so I just want to compile it somewhere, right? And as frustrated as it may be that I'm basically doing it solo, although I've been finding people to really help lately, none of the co-hosts really cared to make extra content because they're all busy. So that's really tough. So it's a little bit on me to do that. So I'm trying to really learn how to repurpose our content when it comes to social media and sharing it, make it really easily shareable, so that we don't have to make a ton of new content. We can just repurpose it into bite-sized shareable pieces so people can share it and find it and really get pulled in. One thing that I've been doing is basically the same as like knocking door to door when it comes to finding new customers or more of an audience. Basically, roundabouts are fun. Basically, I've been on the League of Legends Twitter account and finding similar accounts like other podcasts and following everyone that is following that podcast or that Twitter account. And I've been finding people that teach a little bit and just mass following them, and that's been turning out all right. You follow 400 new people and you get 10 new really solid engagements. I know it's throwing a big net into the water, but it's catching people, and I feel like this way it's actually finding the people that are really actually interested, and that would be influencers or people that are more engaging. So that's been exciting. I found a few people. I actually found a video editor that way. So there's one guy that's looking into doing plays.tv montages for our community, because I really want to emphasize our community. And that's been a struggle because I have just been not as engaged in the community because I've been so busy. I don't play much anymore, so that means I'm not in the Discord hanging out with people. I'm not on Twitter at work as much because I'm really trying to focus on working to be a good employee. So that's been difficult. That being said, things are moving along. I've been happy with the type of engagement I've been getting on Twitter, and now I got to step up my Twitter game. We're really focusing with my social media guys on our subreddit and Facebook page, and we're almost at a good point with the Facebook page. We're almost there. I'm hoping to be done with it by Friday, and then we have 2 people working on the Facebook, and I'm going to pull one of them off to start doing Twitter, because Twitter, I think, is the biggest audience for eSports. I think it's the easiest and biggest audience. Everyone does have a Facebook, so I want to be on Facebook, and I want our Facebook page to be a good business front of the podcast, to be our most polished, well-oiled machine of the podcast when it comes to showing our content and marketing. But Twitter, I think, is the place where we're going to have the conversations, we're going to have fun, we're going to be a little more laid back, and also the really easy place to share all of our content as well. So we're working on that. That should be really fun. I'm excited. We got a lot to do. I'm really pumped about this whole branding and marketing thing. It's really made me start thinking about what I want to do for myself. I think during my conversation with Weldon on we were talking about me becoming an LLC or my own company and what that would mean, and I thought of the best name, Casual Creatives. I think that's awesome. I gotta actually Google if that's taken or not, but that should be fun. who knows, I could have people working for me. I could be the next 1UP Studios for audio content for all of esports. That'd be really cool. If you're not aware, 1UP Studios is Team Liquid's basically content producer. They're the ones that made Breaking Point. That's probably the most famous thing that they made. So I'm really excited about that. So, that's about 10 minutes. I'm almost at work. I think that's all I have to catch up. I'm excited to see you guys next week.